In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 3 mistakes that you should be avoiding in Destiny Rising in order to save you time, energy, and most of all, money. Alrighty, so we're going to be talking about the top 3 mistakes that you should be avoiding as you begin and continue your journey in Destiny Rising. So we're going to start at mistake number 1 to avoid, and that is leveling up the wrong heroes at the start of the game. Okay, you're gonna come in here and you're gonna notice that we have a ton of heroes right off the rip, and we all are into it, right? We all want to max them all and do as much as we can. But I will tell you, be very careful. Make sure you specifically target the hero and the character that you know for a fact that you enjoy the most. Test them out, and once you find some heroes that you really enjoy, then focus exclusively on those, because as you go through your journey, more will come in limited time events. Right off the rip, Wolf will definitely be one, because you are going to run through the story and utilize Wolf throughout the whole story. So you are going to want to maximize him, get the weapons that you are going to need, work on his relic abilities, artifacts, all these kinds of deals that are going to unlock as you progress through the story. And we are going to touch more onto that as we get into the things to avoid. Choose another one. I personally love Yolder. It's a bubble shield tank out there, but does put some great DPS out there. And I know a ton of people are loving Tan right now as well. Absolutely loving him in PvP. So if you're a PvP king, boom, there's your thing. And if you were really, Bing Fei is coming out hot in the gates, a little sleeper, but not anymore. The word is out. Bing Fei is an absolute dynamite character, especially in PvP and in PvE as well. And so choose what characters you really like. Each character specializes in specific weapons, supers, that kind of stuff. So really choose carefully which heroes and characters you want to excel at. And then tip number 2, and this is a big one. Avoid wasting your pinnacle energy on random events. Okay, we are going to go into all these events. You're going to see there's shifting gates, adventures. If you go into the adventure column, there are so many events to go through. Okay. At the beginning of the game, we were all just going, we were happy. We had 360 pinnacle energy. As you can see indicated at the top right, I currently have used all mine because I'm in the end game grind right now. But this only populates 120 pinnacle energy per day. So if you want to, you can just use up the 120. It will reload your whole bar and you can progress. I would advise that you use it. And if you are going to use it, be very strategic on where you're going to use it, because we are going to start talking about end game, and that's going to go into our final point, which is you got to start planning for the end game grind. And that these 2 points go hand in hand, because the end game grind has to utilize or deals with utilizing your pinnacle energy in order to farm certain resources, certain aspects, certain weapons, mods, all those kinds of deals in order to level up. So first things first, don't waste your pinnacle energy on anything that is not related to very specific resources. And we are going to get into those. As you look through here, these elemental fruits are going to be one of the top resources that you are going to need in order to level up your heroes. Okay. This is going to get into another activity that we are going to talk about as well. Let's go back into the adventure. We are going to be heading over to Legacy. Initially, you were going to have to go through each one of these in order to unlock all of them. And then once you do them, then you can come back, do pinnacle rewards, and then you are going to be needing the warped incandescence on all the variations on void, arc, solar, depending on what your specific character that you're trying to level up. And this goes into our third point of planning or not planning, the mistake of not planning for the end game grind, because where we are going to end up once you get to level 80, okay, that is your heart, that is the ceiling as of right now. Level 80 is your ceiling, and then you start the end game grind of Acclaim. This will unlock once you hit level 80, and then the absolute grind fest to get through Acclaim is going to begin. You are going to need 3 heroes to be at a bronze already, okay, which is why I was telling you at the very beginning, the first mistake to avoid is wasting all your resources on unwanted heroes or characters that you're never going to use, okay? This is why it's so important, because resources are going to become very scarce as you get into the end game. And so focusing on whichever 3 heroes you're going to want is going to be huge. At a certain point, you're going to have to get them silver. You're going to have to get them gold to break through the other thresholds as well. So those 3 that you select doesn't mean you can't do other ones, but those 3 you're going to take all the way to gold. Well, what do I need to do? And once you come into this section with legends, you are going to see all the heroes that you have unlocked. Okay. And then it'll black out the ones that you don't currently have that are currently available. This is what, when I mean bronze coin, silver coin, gold coin, you'll see it indicated right here. This one looks a little bit brown. This is working on bronze. This is silver, and I don't currently have any gold. But you will see what quest you need to accomplish in order to get the bronze coin, and it will literally tell you artifact gilding level 9, upgrade Gwen's relic power 13.9. And then acquire the character, upgrade Gwen to 46,000 power. Leveling up your weapons, you'll start getting exotics, all these kinds of deals. And then going from there, relic abilities, you are going to start noticing that you're going to start using what we were talking about, the warp incandescence. Those are going to become, you're going to become your best friend. And the fruits are also going to become your best friend too. And I'll show you here why. The other material and resource that I told you about that you should plan and not waste on random, and make sure you're using your pinnacle energy to farm. And this comes back to your artifacts. Okay. There is going to be a section in here that will eventually unlock for you. The guild, these all will eventually get filled up. But for silver, you are just unlocking the first 3. And then for gold, you have to unlock the 5. Okay. And they do all require that the number progressively gets higher and higher and higher. As you can see, it starts off with 1, then moves out to 3. And then I believe the last one is 6. And so you have to unlock all 5 from each corner in order to accomplish gold. If you save your pinnacle energy, what you are gonna learn to love, you're gonna learn to love it. You're going to learn to love it when you come into events. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Wrong one. You're going to come into adventures. You're going to see the realm with Zur. With Zur, you are going to learn to love these. This is where you're going to be farming fruit non-stop. Use your pinnacle energy in here, as well as the ribbons that I was showing you earlier. And those are going to be the 2 biggest resources you are going to consistently be running out of. Yes, you are going to need other things to level up your exotics and your mythic weapons as well. But by far and none, the hardest things to grind right now, without running out of your pinnacle energy, are the fruits and the ribbons. This would be probably one of the only other activities that I would advise players to spend their pinnacle energy on. It resets, I believe, weekly. And as you can see, you get a 15% chance for an exotic as you run these with your pinnacle rewards. I advise you do it, right? Run it. You can get it up to 3 times for each section. So definitely go and do it. I'm just been lazy, so I haven't done it yet, but you can start to see 15%. That is the highest percentage by far of being able to roll for an exotic. And that's why you should be grinding. Make sure you maximize all your attempts with the hope of getting more exotics. I hope all these you know, all these tidbits help you to avoid the mistakes that I did starting in Destiny Rising. If you like the video, don't forget, do me a huge favor, smash that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.